This one's a little bit further along. From what I understand, they wrapped principal photography in July, right, Kevin?
June.
For Iron Man?
About a month ago we finished, yes.
Ago? Yeah. Okay. So, let's bring out that creative team. He is a true fanboy at heart, and as an actor probably has some of the most memorable movie quotes in history. Director Jon Favreau.
You mind if I intro the cast?
You want to do it?
You mind if I just
No,
bring them on
please.
out? So the first guy I'm going to bring out was actually interested in playing the character of James Rhodey, long before I was even involved. He was meeting with Kevin and Avi. A true fan of the books, a true genius as far as technology. Really pushed me to the limit, and can't wait to play War Machine if this franchise goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, Terrence Howard. Hey guys. And I'm going to bring out two people together because one of them is having a tough time walking because of something that you might have read about. She injured her leg, had surgery, not on the movie. She finished all the action stuff. We're able to finish the movie up with her, but she needs a little help getting out here. Ms. Pepper Potts, and also Gwyneth Paltrow and Robert Downey Jr. Is this your first Comic-Con, guys? It's mine.
It's mine.
I don't remember. I'm awash. I see a sea of faces. Dad? Did Dad come?
So, does anybody out here have one of these T-shirts? I figured I'd be like Gutter. I'd be the guy wearing the band T-shirt of the band, going to see the band. But those of you who are, so some of you were here Thursday, have any of you seen the footage before? Most of you have seen, has anybody not seen it? So we should probably show it today. Now none of these guys have seen anything. All they heard was me screaming at them for 75 days, getting this thing ready. They haven't seen any CG. And this is some footage, about 4 minutes of footage that was cut together just for Comic-Con. This was made for you guys and people who know who Iron Man is. This is not about trying to get people to go see the movie who don't know who Tony Stark is. This is about comic book fans who want to see how we handle the material if we stay true to the books. So just so these guys know what we're talking about, I want to let them see the footage. So let's play it. And those of you who haven't seen it, sit back and let's roll the clip.
Could there have been a little more of me in that?
So, well, maybe later.
So John, let me ask you where things are at with the production right now.
We wrapped photography, and where I just saw the assembly, a nice fat, long assembly as always. And fortunately, because we use so many practical effects, we had the suit you saw was designed by our team, Ryan Meyerding, Phil Saunders, and Stan Winston, and his people came on board, built the suits. So the suit you see downstairs at the Marvel booth and what you see in the movie, except for the flying shots, is all practical photography. We haven't done the CG layer on any of that yet, so there's still a long way to go. But that's why we were able to cut something together so quickly for you guys, because a lot of it was in camera. And now we're just we're sort of pulling it together. We're working with ILM and other effects vendors to pull together the CGI stuff. And we were far enough ahead that I could come out a few days early to come out here and present to Comic-Con. So we're in the thick of things. I was afraid we might have to, instead of showing footage, have all of you dress up as the Mandarin and do a scavenger hunt. But somebody else did that already. So we opted to come out here and just cut as much footage together as we could, and here it is.
Robert, can you talk about what it was like the first time you put the suit on?
I said I wanted to do it as often as possible, and then when I saw stuntmen laid up like, I don't know, Marines after a bouncing Betty, I kind of backed off a little bit. But it was great. The whole experience was great, and being able to work under Jon's direction and with just the whole team was fantastic, and most of all, Gwyneth and Terrence, and just the fact that we felt we were able to make a movie that was worth watching, aside from all the stuff that I just completely got off on watching in those 2.5 minutes.
Gwyneth, what was it about the Pepper Potts character that attracted you to this project?
I love the dynamic between Pepper and Tony, and you know, the fact that Robert was playing Tony I thought was so incredible, and he's always been one of my favorite actors and always been somebody that I wanted to work with, and when I understood what the dynamic was going to be like between them, and it would be a real chance to have fun and be in a movie like this, it was just incredible. I was incredibly honored to join and to be a part of it.
Talk about what it was like to work in a comic book adaptation.
What do you mean, a movie with a budget? That ain't funny. Say the question one more time.
What was it like to work in a comic book adaptation?
Well, no, every script is a comic book. You got to remember that the first thing in acting is play. It started with an imagination. It started from a place where everybody, you guys remember when you sit up and make up characters and pretend you could fly, and that's what drew our attention to comic books. So for me, being in a movie, any type of movie, playing somebody that I have no idea what their life is like, is in a sense being able to fly. And when I did doing Iron Man and getting to play a lieutenant colonel, you guys know I went up in an F-16 and I got to go upside down. I got to vomit. I got to do all the fun stuff that we all wish we could do all the time. It was the most fun I've ever had on a film, and then working with Robert, who I don't know if everybody realizes, you know, that one person that's able to just be themselves no matter who else is around, no matter who's watching. And then you see incredible things. And so as an actor, I'm learning from these two. And the first time I bumped into him, Gwyneth and Jon, was our first table read. And these guys are so comfortable, and I got nervous and was afraid to speak. So, I mean, I think I went into this film with a lot more respect and trepidation than I did in any other film I ever walked in.
Kevin and Avi, you know, Iron Man isn't as well known as, say, a Hulk or Spider-Man. So what was it about this character that said, you know, we want to push this out to the big screen?
Well, I think he's one of the best, and I think if he's not, you know, he's only not as well known as some others. He hasn't had a TV series, he had some cartoon series in the past, but he's one of our best characters, and he was created right there in the 60s when Stan was doing all the best ones, and certainly this reaction, I think he is a pretty well-known character, and he certainly will be next summer.
My question is, has the kind of past that you had been difficult to get the kind of roles like Iron Man? Because you guys kind of share, your character and, you know, would kind of share the same kind of past also.
I think there's a destiny to just about everything. And the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, Terrence was the first actor that was cast in this movie, and he was a big proponent of me playing this part. And then all the guys you see down this row are pretty much the reason I'm here today. So I'd like to thank them for giving me a great opportunity.